Hi everybody, this is Boogess Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home The Amazing Spider-Man figure. So before we take a look at Spider-Man, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with a fisted and a semi-open hand. I wish we would have gotten a pair of these fisted hands and a semi-open hands, but we don't. It is unfortunate that we don't get a pair of each. Up next, he comes with a set of thwipping hands. And finally, he comes with this stunning unmasked Andrew Garfield head sculpt. Hasbro did an amazing job at sculpting and painting this. It looks so much like Andrew Garfield that it's not funny. The hair is definitely right. The hair is sculpted very well and looks just like him. I'm really surprised at how well this unmasked head sculpt looks. It's crazy how much it looks like him. So yeah, Hasbro did a very awesome job on this unmasked head sculpt. So now let's go ahead and take a closer look at his masked head sculpt. Just like with the unmasked head sculpt, Hasbro did a really awesome job on this masked head sculpt. All of the web lines came out very clean. The pearlescent white that's painted on there for the eyes looks very good. He has an incredible texturing over his whole suit, and that is very awesome. The only place where the paint's not great is right here around the neck. The neck is a separate joint that plugs down into the chest here, and you can see that not all the black paint is painted on there for the web lines. But other than that, these web lines came out clean for the most part. Hasbro just did a really good job on this. You can see where he has the most texturing here on the blue parts of his suit, and that looks phenomenal. The sculpt detail to this is insane. Here is a look at the back of the figure. I do kind of wish that Hasbro would have used a ball joint for the diaphragm here and the waist. I wish they'd get rid of this crunch joint right here in favor of a second ball joint. I think that would be really good and still give us the same amount of articulation. You get the very nice glossy black spider logo there on the front. I forgot to mention that on the back it's red there. You get the web shooter sculpted on the inside of the forearms right there. And you get some more great sculpt and paint detail down here on the boots. As I said, the black lines came out very clean and look very nice. My only complaint is since there is a line right here, this would have been a great cut for a joint, a shin swivel. That would have been really nice if Hasbro would have added that, but we don't get any sort of articulation right here. So now, let's go ahead and go over his articulation. He has a ball jointed head that can look up all the way. He can look down just a little bit. He can move his head side to side very nicely. He has shoulders that can move out all the way. He has very nice butterfly joints, the swivel at the bicep that can move side to side, double jointed elbows that can bend all the way in, swivel wrist that can move side to side and up and down, a ball jointed diaphragm, and this crunch joint that when combined can move all the way back like that. He can crunch just about all the way. You get a very slight side-to-side movement. Mine feels stuck right here. It doesn't want to move more than that. I can force it, but then it just resets. It feels like the joint in there might be notched. I might have to shave the notches down a little bit. That way that joint flows a little more smoothly. He has ball-jointed hips that can do a complete split. He does have the drop-down ball-jointed hips, but I still feel like the articulation is hindered, because he can only kick forward that far, and he can't kick back at all. I'm really disappointed by the articulation here in the legs. For having these drop-down ball joints, he really doesn't have that much articulation, and the joints feel really stiff right here. So yeah, I do wish he could have kicked forward just a little more. He has a swivel at the thigh. As you can hear, it's very crunchy too. It doesn't want to move more than just side to side like that. He has double jointed knees that can move back that far, and he has ankles that can move down all the way, up just about all the way, and a nice ankle rocker. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to the original Amazing Spider-Man figure that Hasbro did. I think this was way back in 2014, and the proportions on this definitely could have been better. This figure feels so tiny next to this new version. I will say I love the hip articulation on this though. He can do some great kicks without having to have those drop-down ball joint hips. Here he is next to Electro from that same wave. Here he is next to the Toy Biz Tobey Maguire Spider-Man figure. And finally, here he is next to the Tom Holland Spider-Man figure. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up because Hasbro did an outstanding job on this. The sculpt detail is amazing, and the likeness to Andrew Garfield is perfect. I think the articulation is good for the most part, but it really needed better articulation there in the hips where it really counted. You do have the drop-down joints like the retro Spider-Man figure, but he still really can't kick forward all the way, so that's a bit of a bummer. But other than that, this is a very awesome figure, and I would highly recommend picking up if you can find one. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share this video. Thanks for watching.